The Millionaire CEO laughed. "Translate this and I'll give you my salary." The young waitress did it in seconds, and changed everything. The cafe was almost empty, save for the rain tapping softly against the windows and the low hum of jazz playing from the speakers. It was a quiet Tuesday afternoon when Emily, a 22-year-old waitress with worn sneakers and dreams too big for her small town, approached the corner table with a practiced smile. She had just finished wiping down a booth when she noticed him, well-dressed, confident, and clearly out of place in a diner that served $6 pancakes. "Coffee, sir?" she asked politely. The man looked up from his laptop, his Rolex catching the light. "Yes, please. Black." She poured him a cup and turned to walk away when he said, "You speak any languages?" Emily blinked, slightly thrown. "A few," she said cautiously. "Why?" He smirked and spun his laptop around. A long, formal email filled the screen, written in a dense and complex Asian script. "Mandarin," she guessed. "Translate this," he said, almost playfully, "and I'll give you my yearly salary." Emily laughed. "That's a strange joke." "I'm serious," he said. "No phones. No AI. Just you." He leaned back in his chair, amused. "I'm Ethan Graves, CEO of Veriton Tech. We're scouting for on-the-ground talent. No degrees. Just brilliance." Emily froze. The name rang a bell. Veriton Tech was massive. Ethan was one of those rare tech moguls who'd climbed from poverty and now sat atop a multi-million-dollar empire. But why would someone like him be in a tiny roadside diner outside Chicago? Still, something inside her stirred. She pulled out her notepad, took a deep breath, and read the email. A moment passed. Then another. And without hesitation, she began translating out loud, word for word, tone intact, adjusting for nuance like someone who had lived in both worlds. When she was done, she looked up. Ethan's smile had vanished. His eyes were wide. "That's perfect," he said slowly. "Absolutely perfect." Emily shrugged, trying to play it off. "My mom's Chinese. She taught me when I was little. My dad was a translator before he passed away. I kept practicing because, well, it makes me feel close to them." Her voice softened. "I always wanted to do something more, but, bills, you know." Ethan didn't speak for a long moment. Then he closed his laptop. "You're not supposed to be waiting tables." She gave a tired smile. "Life didn't really ask me where I wanted to be." He pulled a business card from his pocket and slid it across the table. "Come to this address tomorrow. No tricks, no games. I want you on my international team, starting now. Full benefits, mentorship, travel, whatever you need." Emily stared at the card like it might disappear if she blinked too hard. "Are you serious?" "I've interviewed Ivy League grads who couldn't do what you just did," he said. "You didn't just translate, you understood. That kind of instinct, it can't be taught." Tears welled up in her eyes. Not because she was suddenly offered a dream, but because someone finally saw her. Not as a waitress or a struggling kid with overdue rent, but as someone capable. The next morning, Emily showed up at the towering Veriton Tech building, nerves buzzing. Ethan was waiting with his team. She was given a full-time role that very week, starting with translating high-level communications for a major overseas partnership. Within a month, she was traveling. Within 6, she was leading cross-cultural negotiations no one else on the team could manage with such heart and precision. But that wasn't the end. Months later, at a corporate gala filled with polished suits and glittering chandeliers, Ethan took the stage. Cameras rolled. Investors clapped. Then he paused, smiled, and gestured toward a table near the front. "You all know me as the man who built Veriton from nothing," he said. "But today, I want to talk about someone who reminded me why I built it." The lights shifted toward Emily, now in a simple black dress, stunned. Emily Chen, he said, was a waitress in a diner when we met. I offered her a challenge I thought was a joke. She turned it into a doorway. And today, she's not only part of this company, she's changing the way we connect across borders. The room erupted into applause. But Emily only smiled, blinking back tears. Because she knew something the rest of them didn't. The real gift wasn't the job, or the title, or even the salary. It was being seen. In a world that so often walks past brilliance hidden in plain clothes, Ethan had stopped, listened, and believed. And in return, Emily showed the world what happens when you offer someone not just a chance, but respect. And maybe that's the secret. You never know who you're talking to. The girl bringing your coffee may speak the language that opens your future. And the man sipping his black coffee might just hold the key to changing yours. Moral: never underestimate the quiet talents around you. Sometimes, all it takes is one moment of kindness to rewrite someone's story, and your own.